Earth was called the weakest world in the galaxy. Its ships were slow, and its weapons were old. On galactic networks, alien hosts laughed whenever Earth appeared. Humans are soft, they joked. Humans are scared. So when the Galactic Council sent a live message to Earth, every major screen in the galaxy turned on. On the main council ship, alien leaders floated in a silver chamber. At the center hung one glowing image. Earth. Human representative, said the council speaker. A tall being with crystal skin and 6 eyes. You will accept council control. You will hand over your research, your scientists, and your weapons. Refuse, and your planet will be erased. Cameras cut to the human side. General Amina Khan sat in a simple chair. Plain white walls. Metal. Table. A single Earth flag behind her. No armor, no medals, no sign of power. She looked tired. She looked weak. That was the plan. Honored Council, Amina said in a small voice. Earth is small. We have little. We do not want war. We will. Discuss your terms. Across the galaxy, alien viewers laughed. The speaker's mouth stretched into a slow smile. Good, it said. You have 1 cycle to accept. If you do not, the galaxy will treat you as an enemy. And enemies do not last long. But the call ended. The emblem faded. The cameras turned off. Amina's face changed at once. She rose from the chair. The little room around her flickered, broke into cubes of light, and vanished. The table faded like smoke. The weak office was gone. In its place stood a war room. Rows of officers worked at glowing stations. A map of the galaxy hovered above. A long table, crossed with red lines and blue dots. The Earth flag on the far wall was bright and sharp. Status report, Amina said. Her voice was firm now. Council vote passed, a young officer replied. Public channels say Earth will accept full control. They still think we are afraid. How many still rank us last? Amina asked. 98% general, he said. Bottom of every power list. Amina gave a short nod. Good, she said, let them. A door at the end of the room opened with a soft hiss. A man in a gray coat walked in with a tablet, eyes sharp behind tired lines. This was Dr. Elias Ward, the scientist the galaxy had never heard of. You watched the call? Amina asked. Of course, Ward said. They still believe your poor little planet act. I almost feel bad for them. He tapped his tablet. The galaxy map zoomed in on a yellow star. Earth's sun. Show them, Amina ordered. The room fell silent. The hologram dived toward the star and stopped just above the surface. Around the sun, half hidden in the light, coiled something huge. It looked like a dragon made of metal, its long body wrapped around the star in a spiral of dark alloy. Thin lines of light ran along its surface. Its head faced the inner system. Eyes closed. Every part of it was human-made. Solar defense structure, Class Omega, Dr. Ward said quietly. Project name, Dragon Protocol. Some officers stared, wide-eyed. Energy levels. Amina asked. Sleeping, Ward replied. Right now it bends light, hides our real strength, and needs deep scans near the sun. To the galaxy, it looks like a small solar glitch, nothing more. And if it wakes, Amina asked. Ward slid a finger across the tablet. For a moment, the hologram changed. The dragon's eyes opened. Star dimmed as energy flowed into the construct's body. Sensors beeped warnings. Ward shut the view down. If it wakes, he said, the sun will obey us. Enemy fleets will not survive this system. Their weapons will fail. Their shields will crack. Admirals will learn that the weakest world built the most dangerous weapon in history. Amina looked around the room. Dozens of human eyes watched. Her. The council thinks they hold a chain around our neck, she said. They think we will bow. They think we are easy to rule. They forgot one thing. What is that, General? An officer asked. Amina turned back to the image of the dragon around the sun. Humans do their best work, she said, when everyone else thinks they are powerless. Silence filled the war room. Ward spoke again. The council gave us 1 cycle to accept their rule, he said. What do we do with that time? Mina's answer was calm. We prepare, she said. Quietly. We move into position. We watch who sends the first fleet.
Yeah.
Her eyes were cold now. And if the galaxy chooses war, she finished, we stop acting weak. The dragon around the sun lay still in the hologram, eyes closed. For now, the war room did not sleep. Hours passed after the council call, but the lights under Antarctica stayed bright. Screens showed distant stars, alien trade routes, and long lists of names. Every few seconds, a soft beep marked a new incoming signal from the wider galaxy. General Amina Khan stood at the center table, hands resting on the glowing edge. Doctor! Elias Ward stood beside her, his tablet full of numbers, old files, and secrets. Play the record, Amina said quietly. Ward tapped his screen. A new hologram appeared in the air, not of the present, but from years ago. This was the first time humans had stood in front of the Galactic Council. The young Amina in the Hala looked stiff in her old uniform. The alien chamber looked the same. Tall crystal walls, countless watching eyes. Back then, Earth had sent a message of hope. We wish to join the galaxy in peace, Halamina said. We are ready to learn. We are ready to share. The hologram froze. Pause there, Amina said. The image stopped on her younger face, so full of trust. The officers in the room watched in silence. That was before we understood them, she said. Before we saw what happens to weak worlds. Ward moved the Hala forward. The scene changed. Not a council chamber, but a planet. A green world burned on dash screen. Cities were in ruins. Strange alien ships hovered above them like metal vultures. A frightened local species knelt in chains while council mercenaries laughed. This was Talira, Ward explained. They trusted the council. They shared their tech. When they invented something useful, the strong empires came. Council called it peace enforcement. On the burning planet, Teleron leaders cried for help. None came. The footage faded. That day, Amina said softly, we made a choice. If we show our real strength too early, they will come to take it. If we act proud, they will test us. So we chose another path. She looked around the room. We chose to act weak. We chose to hide. Ward nodded once. We built two faces, he said. One for the galaxy. One for ourselves. The public Earth face was simple. Rusty ships. Old stations. A broken economy. Failed missions that were actually fake. Lost probes that were secretly redirected to the sun. The real Earth face was hidden under oceans. Inside mountains and around the star itself. Dragon Protocol. One officer spoke. They think our weapons are cheap, he said. But our best. Systems were never shown. Exactly, Ward replied.
Oh.
Our fastest ships never left a trace. Our strongest drones watched from the dark. For years, we studied every empire. How they fight, how they think, how they lie. A light blinked red on the far wall. General, said a comms officer, we have something new. High-level encrypted. Signal. Origin. Drakari Empire. Priority. Spy report. Rooted here, Amina ordered. A small model of a sleek ship appeared above the table. It was long and sharp, with curved wings and faint red lines glowing across its hull. The ID tag marked it. DRK Shadow Scout Larith. The message began to play. The calm female voice spoke in an alien language, but the war room system translated. This is Agent Lyra of the Drakari, the voice said. I've arrived at Earth. Early scans match council data. Low energy output. Weak fleet. No megastructures detected. Locals seem unprepared. Mina raised an eyebrow. She only sees what we want her to see, she muttered. The message continued. However, Lyra's voice said, there are odd patterns. Civilian broadcasts show fear, but no true chaos. Some launch sites are hidden. Ground movement suggests more forces than reported. I request permission to stay longer and investigate. The audio glitched. Signal breaks here. The comms officer said, but look at this. He zoomed in on a thin shadow near Lyra's ship. Tiny, almost invisible, rode a small dot on her hull. A human drone. Ward smiled a little. "We tagged her on arrival," he said, "for full report. We'll never reach her Emperor. Only the clean parts will." "So," Amina said, thinking the Drakari suspect something, but they are not sure. "Yes," Ward said. "And suspicion spreads like fire." He turned to the galaxy map. Several empires were already starting to move ships closer to the Sol system. Not openly. Not yet. But like predators circling a wounded animal, they will talk, Ward went on. They will share their doubt in private channels. Some will want to delay. Some will want to strike first to gain power. Amina watched the shifting lights. "What about our own people?" she asked. Public comm is holding, an officer replied. "Most humans still believe we are weaker than the galaxy. They think any war would end us. They do not know about the dragon." Amina nodded slowly. "Good. The less they know, the fewer leaks we risk. But when the time comes, we'll see." She looked up at the image of the sun and the asleep metal dragon wrapped around it. "Dragon Protocol Phase 1 is active?" she asked. "Yes, General," Ward said. "We're bending scans away from the inner system. Enemy sensors see nothing but harmless solar noise. And Phase 2? She asked. "Phase 2 prepares our invisible fleets and ghost soldiers," Ward answered. "We will be ready to take ships, not just destroy them." A long silence followed. The quiet hum of machines filled the room. On the far wall, new signals began to appear. Fleet markers. War beacons. Secret council tags. The galaxy was waking up. Amina folded her arms. "Send false data to all open channels," she ordered. "Make our fuel readings look even lower. Show fake shortages. Make it look like we are begging for trade deals. They think we are desperate. They will come faster." Officers moved to obey. Lines of code flowed, numbers changed. Fake weakness spread across galactic space. Ward watched the map with a frown. "So many empires," he said softly. "So much pride. The first to attack will think they are clever. They will call it a quick lesson for the humans." Amina's eyes were sharp. "Let them come," she said. "We have studied them for years. Now we see who is foolish enough to move first." She turned away from the map and back to the dragon around the sun. "The only question left," she murmured, "is simple." Her voice dropped to a cold whisper. "Which empire will strike first?" The galaxy did not move as one mind. It moved like a ring of hungry predators, each waiting for another to bite first. In the tall halls of the Galactic Council, the air shook with argument. Holoscreens showed pieces of Varko's ships drifting near Earth's orbit, torn metals spinning like dead leaves. Official reports called it a tragic warp accident during a peaceful visit. Citizens across 1,000 worlds wept, sent sad messages, and then went back to their lives. But admirals did not believe in accidents. Inside a private war chamber, High Marshal Varath of the Varko's Dominion slammed his armored fist on the table. His black scales flashed with heat. 4 red eyes burned into the frozen image above him. "Those humans destroyed my fleet," he growled. "Do not insult me with this accident story again." Around the table floated other alien leaders and council observers. Some were afraid of Varath. Some enjoyed his anger. Some were already thinking how to use it. A Kith priest with silver feathers lifted his hands. "High Marshal," he said gently. "We have no direct proof. All black box data was corrupted. The only clear frame is a shadow near their star. The council believes it was a natural flare." Varath snapped his claws. The hollow rewound and froze on the frame that haunted him. For a heartbeat, the light around the human star bent in a strange curve, like something huge was coiled around it. Just out of sight. "Natural flares do not look like this," he hissed. "Something is wrapped around that star, something that should not exist." He pointed a claw at the tiny blue planet in the corner. "Those apes are hiding claws," he said. "While the council argues, they sharpen them, thin, long-tailed. Ambassador flicked the end of his tail. Then let them sharpen, he said. If they attack first, the galaxy crushes them together. For now, they are a useful, weak trade partner. Why risk open war? Another voice slid out of the shadows at the edge of the room. Unless it said quietly, they are not weak at all. All eyes turned. An old council strategist drifted forward in a hover chair, half mechanical, half flesh. Cold blue lights glowed where her eyes had once been. I have studied Earth for 20 cycles, she said. Their numbers never match their results. Low power readings, yet rapid growth. Simple ships, yet unlikely victories. Lost missions that leave no wreckage. They act like a species wearing a mask. Varath bared his teeth. Good, he snapped. Then we tear the mask off. He straightened to his full height. If the council refuses to act, he said, the Varco's dominion will. I will send a test fleet. Small, fast, armed. We will visit their system again. With guns live. If they are weak, they kneel. If they fight back, we see their true teeth. Chamber buzzed with whispers. Some warned him. Some secretly hoped he would fail, but no one stopped him. A vote was called. The council kept its polite mask. Officially, there would be no war. Unofficially, the Varco's dominion prepared to move. Far away. Under the ice of Antarctica, Earth already. New. Confirm it again, General Amina Khan said, eyes fixed on the star map. You are sure of the jump pattern? Yes, General, the navigation officer replied. Varco's ships are gathering beyond council space. Formation and power output matches strike fleet. They label it training, but their main guns are active. Dr. Elias Ward's mouth pulled into a thin line. Varath, he said. Proud to accept any story that makes him look weak. He has to hit something. Pick the wrong target, Amina said. She widened the map. Soft blue dots appeared across the Sol system, minefields in the dark, stealth drone swarms near. The moon, small defense stations disguised as dead junk. We knew someone would test us, she went on. We just did not know which empire, now we do. Do we wake phase 2? An officer asked. Half only, Amina answered. We don't show everything for one angry lizard. But we will not let his ships leave with stories. Ward nodded. Then this is our first exam, he said. We must win a battle no one else is allowed to see. Amina's smile was quick and sharp. Exactly. At the edge of the Sol system, space rippled. The Varco's strike fleet fell out of warp like a pack of knives. Dozens of dark ships formed, a spearhead toward the distant sun, engines burning cold blue. Their hulls were covered in scars from old conquests. They had crushed many weak worlds. This is High Marshal Varath, came the voice from the largest dreadnought. Our goal is simple. We approach Earth. We demand submission. If they show hidden fangs, we break them. All ships record. Everything. His officers roared in reply, but their recording systems never noticed what was waiting in the dark. As the fleet passed beyond Neptune, something tiny and invisible touched their hulls. Human drones, no bigger than chairs, slid from black hiding pods and locked onto armored plates. Their skin bent light around them, turning them into empty shadow. The Varco's ships felt nothing, their sensors reported. Space clear. Nitrogen monoxide threats detected. Deep. Under the ice on Earth, new symbols appeared on Amina's screens as each drone latched onto a target. She folded her arms, eyes cold. Mark all primary systems, she said. Engines, weapons, communication arrays. No escape, no calls. Green lights confirmed the locks. Only then did she speak the words the room had been waiting for. Welcome, Amina said, to our test range. Asterisk, the Varco ships did not know they were already dead. They flew in tight formation, black holes. Marked with old scars, shields hummed, cannons charged.
Ow.
Inside the lead dreadnought, High Marshal Varath watched the blue planet grow on the screen. Target world in sight, his navigator said. No defending fleet detected. Orbital stations. Weak, low power. Varath's lips curled. Exactly as the report said, he replied. A soft world. An easy victory. He straightened. Open a channel. I want their leaders to hear me before I break them. Signal dishes turned. The fleet reached toward Earth like a spear. Before the message left the flagship, the main array blinked once, then flashed an error. Communications offline, the officer muttered. Resetting systems? He didn't know a human drone the size of a backpack was clamped to the hull just above his station, sliding a needle through armor into the ship's cables. Invisible machines clung to every Varco's vessel, flooding data lines with quiet false orders. On Varath's bridge, lights flickered. External eyes went blind for half a second, then returned with slightly bent readings. Minor sensor interference, the tactical officer reported. Likely solar. Noise, Varath snorted. Then compensate, he said. I want the humans to see us coming. Far beneath Antarctica's ice. General Amina Khan watched every glitch appear on her war room screens. Phase 2, she said. Begin. The order ran through hidden relays to the drone swarm. On each Varco ship, human machines hacked power. Grids, weapon locks, and jump drives. They did not shut everything at once. They moved slowly like poison, so it would look like natural failure. Dr. Elias Ward stood beside Amina, reading the feed. Ship 4's engines are ours, he said. Ship 9's guns are frozen. The flagship's jump core listens to us. Good, Amina replied. Hold. Let them come closer. The Varco's fleet broke into attack formation. Earth's blue disk filled their view, the pale curve of the moon beside it. Public channel restored, sir, a Comstech called. We can broadcast to the planet. Do it, Varath said. His image spread across hijacked satellites. In cities below, people looked up as a scaled face filled their screens. This is High Marshal Varath of the Varco's Dominion, his voice boomed. People of Earth, you stand before true power. Kneel, surrender your technology, and perhaps some of you will live.
On the ground.
Panic spread. Most humans still thought their world was truly weak. In the war room, Mina lifted a hand. Mute him on our lines, she said. We have heard enough speeches like his. Varath's mouth still moved on the muted screen, full of threats. No one there heard? Range? Amina asked. Enemy fleet is deep inside our kill zone, an officer replied. They believe they are safe. Then show them the truth, Amina said quietly.
Target engines only.
It must look like a tragic accident. Human drones received new commands. On Ship 4, a tiny charge fired inside the main engine coil. One ring warped by a few degrees. When power surged through, the drive tore itself apart. The ship lurched, then tumbled, engines ripping free in a silent flare. On Ship 9, thrusters fired out of sequence. The vessel began to spin, drifting across the path of other ships. On 2 more vessels, jump cores rebooted into nonsense loops. Energy built in the wrong channels. Alarms shrieked. On the flagship, Varath grabbed the rail as the deck shook. What is happening? He roared. Multiple drive failures, his engineer shouted. Sir, readings show internal cascades. Looks like a spread of critical malfunctions. It's outside from a distance. There was no visible enemy fire. It's only proud warships sliding into each other's paths, colliding in bursts of light. Under the ice, Ward watched calmly. 3 holes broken. 2 crippled, he reported. We can let the rest limp away if you wish. Amina shook her head. No, Varath does not leave this system to shout about ghosts in our star. But we also do not give the galaxy clean proof that we killed him. She pointed at the flagship's icon. Can we take his ship? She asked. Ward's eyes narrowed. Yes, he said. We can take it whole. New commands raced to the drones. Instead of breaking the flagship, they bent it. The jump core lit with false coordinates taken from human systems. The ship believed it was retreating to safe council space. In truth, it would jump to a dead system far from any trade route. Where more human traps waited on Varath's deck, alarms rose to a scream. Unscheduled jump? Someone cried. The core is activating on its own. Varath felt space twist around him, then everything turned to white. Varath's flagship did not return to friendly space. It fell out of warp into a dead system, where a weak star burned over broken rocks. No stations, no trade lanes, no rescue fleets. But something waited there. Invisible human platforms drifted around the star like dust. When the flagship arrived, they woke. Thin beams reached out, touched the Varco's hull, and slid through armor. Into wires and cores, on the bridge, Varath staggered as the deck shook. "Report," he snapped. "Unknown interference," his engineer shouted. "Weapons are powering down, engines locked, jump core frozen. I cannot override." Red battle lights faded to a steady white. The cannon symbols turned gray. Targeting arrays froze on. Empty space. High Marshal Varath, who had crushed worlds, stared at screens that no longer obeyed him, far under Antarctica. General Amina Khan watched a clean wireframe of that same ship spin above her table. Icons switched from hostile red to captured blue. "Flagship secure," Dr. Elias Ward said. "Guns and drives are ours. Crew is trapped but alive." "Keep them that way," Amina replied. "Lock the ship in that system. No calls, no jumps. Let the galaxy find only wreckage and confusion." Around the captured flagship, other Varco's icons flickered. Some were broken in half, others drifted powerless. Neutral rescue patrols were already changing course. From the outside, Ward said, "This looks like a chain of warp failures in a bad region. No visible enemy." "Good," Amina answered. "Accidents are easier to believe than humans." Winning. Hours later, the Galactic News Network carried the story. "Today, the Varco's Dominion lost a training fleet in a rare warp cascade," the comm anchor said. "Early evidence suggests an unstable region of space. There is no sign of outside attack." A small map showed a nameless star in a shaded circle. No one mentioned Earth. No line pointed toward Sol. Citizens on distant worlds watched, shook their heads, and turned away. Admirals and strategists did not. In a dim chamber, the old council strategist narrowed her glowing eyes at the replay. "Two. Many drives failing at once," she murmured. "Always near that small blue system. Either the Varcos build worse engines than we thought, or someone is bending the rules." Metal fingers tapped the arm of her chair. "Earth," she whispered. "What are you really doing out there?" On Earth, the problem was different. "Rumors are spreading fast," a homeworld officer told Amina. "People saw that alien face in the sky. Some caught flashes near the moon. Feeds are full of secret weapons, an end of the world. Fear is high." "Do they know anything real?" Amina asked. "No," he said. "They'll still think we are truly weak. They believe we were saved by luck." Ward looked at Amina. "We hid from the galaxy," he said, "but we also taught our own people too. Think small. If war is coming, they cannot face it believing we are helpless." Amina stood silent for a moment. Then she nodded once. "Prepare a global broadcast," she said. "We tell them a part of the truth. Not Dragon Protocol. Not yet, but enough." Screens across Earth lit up again. This time, it was their own general standing in a plain room with a single Earth flag behind her. "People of Earth," Amina said, voice steady. "Today you heard an alien warlord call us weak. Promised to break us." She let the memory hang. "For many years," she went on, "we allowed the galaxy to believe we are powerless. We showed old ships. We hid our best work under oceans and mountains and in the dark between planets. We did this because strong. Empires crush any world that shows power too soon." Soft images appeared behind her, blurred shapes of stealth craft, training fields, star maps. No details, only hints. "We are not defenseless," she said. "We have watched. We have learned. The fleet that tried to frighten us will not return to our skies. No city fell today. No human died in that lesson they planned." Across the planet, people stared at their screens. Some cried from relief. Some shook with anger. Some felt a new sharp pride. "I cannot promise you peace," Amina said. "The galaxy may still come, but we will not kneel. We will think. We will prepare. If war reaches our home, we will fight together." The feed ended. Screens went dark. But the silence that followed felt different. Maybe Earth was not as helpless as everyone had been told. high above the planet. Hidden among rock and broken satellites, another listener watched the same broadcast. Lyra, the Drakari spy, sat alone in her small scout ship. Data from her earlier scans scrolled beside Amina's frozen face. She had seen the Varkos fleet enter the system. She had watched their signals vanish, and for a heartbeat, her sensors had caught the faint curve of something around Earth's sun, like a metal serpent hiding inside light. A dragon around a star, she whispered, in a world that pretends to be weak. Her claws hovered over the transmit key. She could try to send a full warning to her empire. But her last report had been clipped and twisted. Signals near Sol did not behave like normal space. Outside her window, a small piece of rock drifted. Past her hull, a new icon blinked on her panel. Something tiny had just attached to her ship. Lyra's hearts beat faster. So she said quietly, "You see me?" She took a slow breath and looked down at the blue world turning below. "Very well, humans," she murmured. "Adena will speak to you first." Lyra did not run. Her small scout ship dropped out of hiding and fell toward the blue planet. Did not call her emperor. Instead, she opened a tight beam on the strange band the human drone had used when it tagged her hull. "This is Agent Lyra of the Drakari," she said. "You placed a device on my ship. You see me. I want to speak." Static. Then a calm human voice. "This is General Amina Khan of Earth. You are far from home, Agent Lyra." Lyra's scales prickled.
Our species would have lied about knowing.
Her name. "You broke the Varkos fleet," she said. "You bent my reports. The galaxy still thinks you are weak. I do not. I want to see what you are hiding." "Follow the course we send," Amina replied. "Do not change it. Do not power. A weapon. If you do, you will not leave this sky." Coordinates appeared. Visible buoys tugged her ship toward the dark side of the planet. She passed through cloud and lightning, then through a sliding door in the ice. Her scout settled in an underground hangar lit with white light. Armed humans waited. Their armor was simple, but not primitive. A woman stepped forward, the same face Lyra had seen in council feeds. It's only sharper in person. "General Amina Khan," Lyra said. "Agent Lyra," Mina answered. Dr. Elias Ward stood beside her with a thin tablet. "You came alone." "I enjoy staying alive," Lyra replied. "The council lies. The Varkos lie.
Y'all lying.
But only you removed a war fleet like dust. Came to see which lie is strongest." "Then you picked an interesting moment," Amina said. "Come." They walked into the war room. A map of the galaxy floated above the central table, full of stars and thin lines. Fleet icons moved like slow fireflies. Lyra saw council routes, even private ones. "You listen to their hidden channels," she said. "Of course," Ward replied. "Your empires shout in rooms they call quiet," pointed at a cluster of red marks near the council capital. "Varkos command rages," he said. "In public, they say warp accident. In private, they speak of ghosts near our sun. Old strategist calls it the human problem. 3 priesthoods preach about omens and soul. The story is spreading." Lyra added a flick of her own claws. Another cluster appeared. Kari fleets turning their noses slightly toward one small yellow star. "My emperor hates puzzles," she said. "He will not ignore this. You cannot keep breaking fleets near your star and call it bad space. Sooner or later, they will come together." "We never meant to hide forever," Amina said. "Then what did you build all this for?" Lyra asked. "I scanned your star." Light bent wrong. "Something long sat there. That is no glitch." Ward tapped his tablet. The image of Sol swelled. Above them, filters dimmed the glare. Shadow came into view. Segments of dark metal wrapped in a spiral around the star. With a blunt head and 2 smooth eye shapes, Lyra stared. "You built a dragon around your sun," she whispered. "We built a shield and a mirror," Ward said. "It bends light. It hides our true reach. Drinks scans and weapon fire. For now it sleeps, and if you wake it," Lyra asked. "Then the star helps us answer," he said. "How hard depends on how hard they come." Well, they spoke. Under ice, the Galactic Council met in secret. The public saw only calm news. Inside the chamber, wreckage hung as hologram. Broken Varco's hulls, cracked drives, warped light around Sol. The old strategist floated in her chair at the center. In 3 cycles, she said. 3 major accidents near the human star. Engines fail. Cores tear. Sensors show light bending in ways we cannot model. There is no clear enemy. Only one system in common. The Council's speaker's crystal skin dimmed. Warp regions can be unstable, he said. This could still be. This is not random, a Varco's officer cut in. Our High Marshal is missing. Flagship is gone. Someone killed our fleet and hid the blade. Murmurs rose. The pattern is enough, the strategist said. Earth is not what it pretends to be. Perhaps weak, perhaps not. We cannot sit between. We must decide. Member world or enemy world. Voting bands lit the ceiling. One by one. Empires chose. When the light faded, a single line floated above them. Earth status, hostile world. On the large galactic map, a red ring snapped around Sol. Trade codes vanished. War codes took their place. Joint fleets began to form on distant docks like gathering storms. The galaxy has chosen, the strategist said softly. Now we will see what the humans are. Under Antarctica, the same red ring appeared on a stolen feed. Lyra saw it, while still standing beside Amina's table. For the first time, she was inside the world her own people had just marked as prey. They did it, she said quietly. Every child will grow up seeing your star marked. An enemy read. Good, Amina replied. And no one can pretend this was our choice. Ward looked from the ring to the shadow of the metal coil around Sol. If they all come, he said, we cannot keep it sleeping. No, Amina agreed. Her voice was steady. We wake it carefully, and we show them why Earth spent so long acting small. Far away, near the surface of the sun, hidden machines stirred. Old locks opened. Power paths inside the dark coil shifted. From a distance, the star looked the same. Up close, in places no alien sensor had ever reached. 2 smooth eye shapes brightened by a fraction, the dragon around. Earth's sun was still resting. It was no longer fully asleep. Asterisk. Part 7. When Earth stops pretending, the red ring around Sol did not change the color of the star. But it changed everything else. On many worlds, maps blinked. The small yellow sun in a quiet arm of the galaxy now pulsed enemy red. Fleets woke from sleep. Varco's cruisers, Dracaf spearships, Kithcraft, council guards, all turned toward one tiny system. The galaxy was not united by love. It was united by fear of an unknown, under the ice of Antarctica. General Amina Khan watched the incoming data. 32 confirmed fleets, an officer reported. More forming. They still call this a limited enforcement action. Limited. Dr. Elias Ward echoed. It's only enough firepower to erase 10 worlds instead of 50. Lyra stood at the edge of the war table. You cannot win a straight fight against all of them, she said. Not even with your dragon. We are not planning a straight fight, Amina replied. She touched the space above Sol on the glowing map. Open all channels, she ordered. Public and private. Council, empires, traders, everyone. The comms officer hesitated. Everyone, General? Everyone, Amina said. If they plan to watch us die, they can watch us speak first. Signals leapt outward from hidden. Arrays around Earth. For a moment, the whole galaxy shared one channel. Amina's face appeared on palace walls. Ship bridges, market screens. I am General Amina Khan of Earth, she said. You have marked our world as hostile. You gather your fleets at our door. You call this peace enforcement. Her voice was calm. For years we let you think. We were weak, she went on. We showed old stations and failed missions. We hid our best work under oceans, in mountains, and in the dark between planets. We watched you crush worlds that grew too strong, too fast. We learned from your cruelty. Behind her, blurred images flickered, Talira burning, chains on alien wrists, warlords on ruins. We chose another path, Amina said. We chose to survive by acting small in your eyes. Her gaze hardened. but you have chosen war anyway. Distant command halls, some leaders shifted, others scowled. On his captured flagship, Veroth watched from a locked cabin, yanking at restraints. "This is your only warning," Amina said. "Turn your fleets away. Leave our system. Leave. Our star, we will not invade your homes. But if you come here with guns ready, we will not die quietly." She let the silence stretch. "Test us," she finished, "and you will remember this day for the rest of your history." The feed cut. For a few heartbeats, the galaxy was quiet. Then orders flew. Engines lit. The red ring around Sol pulsed. Brighter on 1,000 maps. In orbit, human ships slid out of the dark, sleek black holes with no bright banners. They were smaller than many alien warships, but moved with sharp, precise motions. Drone clouds thickened around the moon, vanishing and reappearing as their light-bending skin shifted. "Status?" Mina asked. "Dragon protocol at 40%. "Wake," Ward replied. "It is still hiding, but energy is rising. It can bend beams, twist some gravity, erase scans inside the inner system." "Civil defense?" she asked. "Shelters sealed," another officer said. "Cities tense but calm. After your speech, we received millions of messages. We will stand. Do not surrender." Amina allowed herself a small smile. "Good," she said. "Fear is normal. Helplessness is not." Lyra studied the war map. Human plans were not straight arrows. They were webs, overlapping zones, mirrored traps. "You do not want to destroy their fleets," she said. "You want to destroy their certainty. If we slaughter them, they will come back angrier," Ward replied. "If we simply die, they will come for every world that looks like us. So we take a third path." "We show them," Amina said, "that coming here is a bad idea." First enemy fleet slipped into the outer Sol system, strings of light in the dark. Their commanders saw only a small planet and a quiet star. They did not yet see the dragon slowly opening its eyes. The first shot fired at Earth never reached Earth. It was a bright, perfect beam from a Varkos battleship in the outer system, aimed at nothing more than a human relay station. A simple test. A warning. Halfway through its path, the beam bent. From the alien ship's view, the light simply vanished. From Earth's view, sensors watched it curve away. It's pulled by something unseen near the inner system. "Dragon just ate a weapon test," Dr. Elias Ward reported. "Energy absorbed. No harm." "General," Amina Khan stood at the center of the war room, calm but tense. Lyra watched from her side, claws tight on the edge of the table. "Will they see it?" Lyra asked. "Not yet," Ward said. "From their angle it looks like a sensor glitch. But they will try again." They did. More fleets arrived. Drakari, spear ships, Kith ritual cruisers, council guardians with shining hulls. Some held back, unsure. Others came in fast, proud banners bright. The second test was bigger. A combined salvo from 3 empires, aimed far from Earth. At empty space near Mercury's orbit, again, beams vanished in mid-flight. This time the change was just slightly visible, a faint curved shimmer around the star like a ring in the light. On a Drakari bridge, an officer hissed, "Commander, the star. Did you see that?" "Just sensors," the commander snapped. "It is a flare. Proceed." But even he did not fully believe his own words. Under Antarctica, alarm stayed green. "Dragon protocol at 60%, Ward said. "We are close." "Civilian damage estimates?" Amina asked. "If this goes badly," Ward replied. "Everything if it goes well." "Very little." She nodded once. "Then it must go well." The red ring around Sol on their stolen council. Map flashed. "Main fleet's moving in," an officer warned. "They are crossing the line. This is it." Amina looked at the dragon coil around the star in the hala. "Wake it," she said. Fully Ward's fingers danced across his tablet. Deep machines answered near the sun. The dark metal coils shifted. Hidden anchors released. Huge segments rotated, locking into new shapes. Power channels opened, guiding the star's fire through human-made veins. From far away, Sol seemed to flicker. For a heartbeat, its light dimmed, and returned, steady but changed. If you looked closely, if you knew what to see, the star seemed to wear a faint crown. A dragon's head spread across its glowing halo, eyes like two brighter points of light. Lyra stared at the image in the war room. "You really did it," she whispered. "You turned your star into armor." "Armor," Ward said, and a warning. The United Fleets fired. They aimed everywhere at once. At Earth, at the moon, at hidden stations they only half believed were real. The dark between planets filled with light. The light hit the dragon, two alien sensors, the beams hit nothing, and died. But inside the metal coil, energy rushed along channels, down into cores, through mirrors of hard space and twisted gravity. "Redirect now," Ward said. Around the system, space bent. Enemy weapons reappeared behind their own fleets, weaker, but still sharp like reflections with teeth. Shields flared in panic. Warning lights screamed. Ships veered to avoid their own fire. Some failed. On thousands of bridges, officers shouted over one another. Who was attacking us? Where did that come from? Our maps show no enemy. The humans had not fired a single gun. Amina watched the chaos unfold. "We could push." "Harder," Ward said quietly. "We can tear their ships apart. No one would be left to threaten us." "No," Amina said. "We are not here to write a massacre. We are here to write a memory." She turned to communications. "Send the next message," she ordered. Across the system, every fleet received the same transmission. It did not come from a ship. It came from the star itself, carried on the light. Amina's face appeared on every war screen, every visor, every command throne. Behind her was a window that showed Sol with its faint dragon halo. "You aimed your guns at our home," she said. "You marched to our star with full fleets, to punish what you do not understand." Her voice stayed low and controlled. "You wanted to test us. You are now inside our test." She lifted her hand. "Stand down your weapons," she said. "Turn away. Go home. Live. Or keep firing, and learn how much control we truly have here." Some warlords laughed. Some cursed. Some hesitated. Avarko's captain snarled. "Fire again! She is bluffing!" They fired again. This time the dragon did not send the shots back as weapons. It wrapped gravity around them, slowing them, stretching them, turning deadly beams into harmless threads of light that dissipated like mist. On every ship, weapon status changed from ready to locked. Human codes seized firing systems across the age. Assault fleets. Cannons went cold. Torpedo bays refused to open. Jump drives refused to start. "We are inside their cores," Ward reported. "They cannot shoot. They cannot run." In the war room, a heavy silence followed. Amina looked straight into the feed that touched every enemy bridge. "We will not crush your crews," she said. "We will not burn your worlds. That is your way, not ours. But understand this, if you return to this system with war in your hands, we will not hold back." Behind her, the star's dragon halo brightened for a heartbeat, as if the sun itself were nodding. "Remember what you felt today?" Amina finished. "Remember how it was to be powerless under the eyes of a world you thought was weak?" The message ended. Slowly, like a tide pulling back, the fleets turned. Not all at once. Some ships had to argue with their own leaders. Furious messages, full of broken pride. But the simple, hard fact was clear. They could not fight here, and they could not forget that. One by one, the armadas jumped away, leaving Sol alone with its quiet dragon and its small blue world. In the war room, tired cheers rose. Some officers sank into chairs, shaking with relief. Others cried, "We did it," Ward said softly. "They came with the whole sky, and they left." Amina exhaled, a long, slow breath she had been holding for years. "This is only the first time," she said, "but it will be the hardest. And the first story is the one that shapes all the others." Lyra looked at the map. The red ring around Sol still glowed, but now it meant something different. "If you had failed," she said, "they would have eaten you. And then they would have eaten everyone like you. And now?" Mina asked. Now, Lyra answered, they will think twice before pointing their guns at a weak world. She bowed her head slightly. The Drakari will remember this day, she said. I will make sure of it. Let me be your voice in our courts. A bridge, not a spy. Amina held out her hand. Lyra, after a brief pause, took it. High above, in the light near the sun, the metal dragon slowly dimmed. Segments cooled. Energy flows eased. Two distant eyes. Soul looked like any other star again. Dr. Ward watched the last readings drop toward rest. Let them think we used everything today, he murmured. Amina glanced at him. We didn't, she said. No, Ward replied. Small, tired smile touched his face. Not even close. Far away, on 1,000 worlds, children would grow up hearing about the day the galaxy tried to break a small blue planet. And failed. Earth had acted powerless for a long time. Now the galaxy knew that truth.